me thank you for watching, but if you're watching this, please. It was long. Today I'll be showing you how to draw my life video, and you all told me to do it, so let's get into it. So, it all started. I was just a little kid. I was just little.
So ugly.
I was so little, I realized my mom was married with Dad. Well, they were not that married. I was kidding. Dad and Mom has braids. You all know her.
Okay, Chef Carmen ATL.
So it's me, Dad, Mom, and my brother. He's like 10, but he's still little though. He's like way bigger than me. Just a little bit. It all started when we got into our own house. We realized we had to wait until we get more money to sleep on the floor. And I realized I was very sick sleeping floors. And I was exhausted sleeping on floors. I couldn't even move. I had to sit on Mommy, but she got off. And I realized Dad was even sleeping, and Mom was even sleeping. But I realized Dad was sleeping. Even my brother was even sleeping. He was sleeping properly. Then we realized we got a lot of money to get some furniture. And we got everything. We got this couch thing. It was not that bad. It was just kind of good for us to sit down and relax. And it was refreshing. This is why I love this. All to the morning time, we get up for school, and this is why when I was so little, I didn't know what school means, and I realized when I got so big, I realized I went to school, and I had like a lot of friends and all that stuff. Went until I met Ariana. Her long hair was beautiful. I had to be her friend. And boom, we went right talking. We were best friends. Until when we got to a new teacher. Her name was Miss Gray. She had glasses on. And she was actually our nice teacher. She would always be nice to us. Except for me, I was so sweet. Me and Ariana will pay attention. We would always follow her directions. Until we had Antoine. He was a new student. I always hated him a lot. He would always try to tickle me when I'm getting in trouble. This is why I should not get in trouble. But I realized I remember Dominic when he was in my class. We would always talk, but we would never like each other. Until Umuhuza. He would always make fun of me. But even though that one time I told on the teacher, he was very mad. He called me Tattletale. And when the teacher was so mad, she got so mad, she even tried to put his clip down. The look on his face was even mad than ever. Then until we actually went to my brother's thing where we had to sit down and watch the people until I see my own crush. You don't know what my crush is, but his name is Dylan. He's one of the beautiful guys I ever seen alive. That's one time when we were best friends. I asked him to like me, but he said okay. But I realized he was talking, and then when I come up, I was blushing. Oh, even Ariana was even next to me.
So if you type in my name, you probably got to
and this is why this was me right there.
Okay.
I was a little bit scared because I would have always never seen him looking at me before. I looked ridiculous. didn't until I got so scared. I almost gave, but I realized it was so over.
Right, yeah, you're right.
I was blushing, and
Yeah,
all the
right.
students were looking at me seriously, and they were all looking at me, even they were all looking at me, and Ariana was right there, and she was shocked, and she not even realize.
What you mean? What am I doing right now? Yeah. I think I said all I'm doing.
And then,
yeah.
and then all the kids were all looking at me because I realized I was not that good to sing. We sang "Oh Christmas Tree, Oh Christmas Tree, what I like." Until when I got home, I actually realized my brother loved playing video games. His favorite is to play this game where people are playing. He plays every single game. He plays this weird game I'm not talking about. Even though when it was dinner time, he would always keep playing it.
Exactly.
Until he realized after when he's done playing it, he starts eating it and doing the same time.
Right.
He starts eating it and starts eating the lunch while Dad's trying to watch. And I realized after when we were done eating dinner, I realized I fell asleep that quickly, but we had to sleep on the dirty little floor. I was very mad until that one time we had to put some pillows. And Mom and Dad, they had to sleep in the bed. That was not even fair. And to that house, this was our house. And until then, we had to sleep on the floor. Until then, we got some covers with us. Even we got the fan with us. We would always fight about the fan. And then, someone was knocking on the door. We saw a cat. It was a black cat. Her name was Queenie. We called her Queenie. And she was so adorable. And even though we lost her, though. Until we moved into Grandma's house, I realized we had to sleep on the floor. And until we got some couches. Now I was surprised because we had 2 couches. That was right there. Oh my God, like I can sleep on my own couch. I couldn't believe it. I can make crumbs. Even though I decided to go to sleep to my own bed, every single day when I fall asleep, there's something I'm like wondering, why do me and Opa have to sleep on the same bed? I'm wondering why. Oh. And we had to sleep until it was morning time. We couldn't go to school because the coronavirus, whatever it is. It's like germs where we have to stay home all day, so we can't go to school. And that's why Mom did not really want us to go to school because it was the coronavirus. So this is why I really miss my friends a lot, but even though we were still inside, the coronavirus will never go away. And this is why when Daddy went to the store, wherever he's going, wherever he is, when the coronavirus is still not going away, I realized, what if I see my friends different? And I was so sad. And that's why these germs will be everywhere. And then when we sneeze, we have to wash our hands. But even though if you have the coronavirus, it's not going to happen, boo-boo. And Mom, and even Grandma and Mom, they always wear gloves, but it will never happen to me. Not to my brother, or even me. All of them know when the thing is saying about the coronavirus, we have to stay out, and we have to go, and we have to stay home, of course, what she was talking about. And then, And then she had to stay home from the coronavirus. And of course,
Hey! Give us that
she
mic.
said the coronavirus were not going to go away, but she realized she said, if you are children, go home and don't talk about it. And the coronavirus will get you. And of course, she exited out very quickly. I was about to watch the news, but I realized there was a cross there. When I looked at it, I realized I was so shocked because I couldn't believe it. It was the coronavirus. This is why we should stay home and don't come to the coronavirus. That's what she said right to her face.
Yeah, you like that? Ooh.
And she was like the vexed.
Step up.
And she said, stay out of the coronavirus, make sure you're safe, and make sure to protect your kids, and make sure to don't get them in coronavirus. And this is why you should not be doing this, and you should not go outside. That's what she said right into the news, and she looked closer, and she just paused it. I was realizing.
And the tires when you
Someone is keep following me. Okay, for God's sake, I'm sorry. I am famous. After all. Now, that's all for today. If you want to see a part 1 and part 2 for me doing this part video, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Bye.